Hello everyone, it's Craig here at Epcot, and I'm going to be very honest with you right now. I'm in the holiday spirit. I'm looking for that Christmas cheer. And maybe I made the worst mistake with that coming to Epcot, but I don't think I did. Now, as of the time that I'm standing here recording this, technically the holidays haven't started at Epcot. By the time this is released, it should already be in full swing, and we'll of course share our coverage of that when we're able to get in here and see it all and experience it all. But as of right this moment, it hasn't officially started. So the Festival of the Holidays, a taste of that is not going on. But there is still a couple little things here happening right now that I can experience to get me in the holiday spirit. And I'm going to see them for the first time now. So the first one is actually right behind me, the Imagination Pavilion. Of course, a lot of the big buzz in the past couple weeks was Figment getting his little holiday sweaters, which I know isn't much, but it's a little touch that's greatly appreciated. I've seen all the photos. Now I can't wait to see it in person. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to see if Living with the Land has added their kind of holiday portion. I know a lot of that was at night, but they always put in little Christmas touches as well too. So I'm going to check in on that as well. So I know I'm going to get one thing. Maybe I'll get two out of it, but regardless, I'm going to get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I'm going to make the best of it. And before I get going on that, I just want to remind you, if you enjoy the content that we make, you can always support us via Dreams Unlimited Travel. That our experts at Dreams Unlimited Travel can help you plan the perfect Disney vacation. So head over to dreamsunlimitedtravel.com and get started booking your next Disney vacation now. And then also here on YouTube, make sure you are subscribed, hitting that like button, hitting the bell so you get notified when we have new videos, and leaving me lots of comments about what you want to see me do next. So now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and jump on Journey into Imagination.
Welcome to our special drive-through open house. I'm Dr. Nigel Channing, Chairman of the Imagination Institute. Hello. On your tour, you'll see how the 5 human senses can help capture your imagination.
Oh, can I go too?
Absolutely not. This is one of our discoveries, the Figment of Imagination.
Yeah, I know all about the senses. There's sight, sound, smell, touch, coochie-coochie-coo, and taste. Taste my chicken. Can I go? Please, please, please.
No, I don't want you out of my sight.
Out of sight? Okay. Come on, everybody. Here we go.
Figment, you are not to interfere with the tour. What? This is odd. Hello?
Hello.
Who is this?
It's Figment.
Figment? I thought I told you not to interfere.
But you got it wrong, Doc. It's not about listening with your ears. It's about listening with your imagination.
Now I've completely lost my train of thought.
No, you haven't. It's over here. All aboard. Woo-hoo! Next stop, imagination. For every sound your ears are hearing, 1,000 thoughts can start appearing, and each of us imagines different things from just a sound. Your mind has wings.
Perhaps I should end my open house right here.
Great idea. We'll go to my open house instead. It's much more fun. Right this way, everybody.
Figment, what is going on? You're turning this entire open house upside down.
Upside down? Now you're talking. That's the best idea you've had all day. With just a spark of inspiration, I made my house an innovation. Imagination really clowns around. Things downside up and upside down.
And so, as you can plainly see, imagination works the best when it's set free.
You said it, Doc. Imagination is a blast. Imagination, imagination. A dream can be a dream come true. We're just that far from me and you. Imagination.
How adorable was that? I know it was really simple. And the sweaters were only on the first Figment animatronic, and then the third, well, technically the second one you see. So the first scene and the third scene. It's really quick, only for those moments, but it just, it just adds that little extra bit to it. It's completely unnecessary. They didn't have to do it at all, but now an attraction that has nothing to do with the holidays, at least, has that extra winter feel with the extra sweater. So I'm all here for it. And, it's take or leave the attraction as what it is. Maybe you love it. Maybe you absolutely hate it. But I'm only talking about the addition of the holiday sweaters. I'm all for it. It won't be the last time that I ride Journey into Imagination so I can see Figment in those little fun sweaters. But I am going to get away from Imagination and move over to the land. And I'm going to check out what's going on with Living with the Land. See if I can spot anything that's already Christmassy, holiday oriented over there. So let's take a walk over and get inside.
Welcome to a voyage of discovery and awareness of the richness, the diversity, the often surprising nature of living with the land. Our journey begins as dramatic and sudden changes are sweeping over the land. The approaching storm may seem violent and destructive to us, but to nature, it's a new beginning in the cycle of life. In the desert, nature has created a very different, but no less beautiful living system. And while this arid landscape may seem lifeless, it is very much alive. The plants and animals that have learned to survive in these harsh conditions make use of what little water they can find and avoid the scorching rays of the relentless sun. The American prairie once appeared as desolate as the desert, but over time, rainwater and nutrients gradually penetrated the hard surface of this land. Even the hooves of the mighty buffalo helped create the rich soil that would one day become home to the American farm. Of all the forces at work on the land, humans have had one of the most profound effects. The need to produce food for a growing world led to the enormous use and sometimes overuse of the land. In our search for more efficient ways to grow food, we often fail to realize the impact of our methods. Welcome to our living laboratories, where scientists from Epcot and the U.S. Department of Agriculture are exploring innovative ways to produce bountiful harvests now and into the future. The The tropics are home to the greatest diversity of plants on the planet. Many of these, like papaya, bananas, cacao, coffee, and rice, are well known around the world. These are just a few of the edible plants that have been an important source of nutrition for people living in the tropics. Many are rich in vitamins and minerals, while others are well adapted to growing in less than ideal conditions. Some, like the water lily, thrive in wet, swampy areas and waterways. All parts of this plant, even the flower petals, are edible. The starchy root of the plant has long been used to make flour for baking. One day, many of these lesser-known tropical plants may be as important as the bananas growing on both sides of the boat. More than 28 million tons of bananas are eaten annually, making it the most popular fruit in the world. When we mention farming, you probably don't think of fish. But fish farming, or aquaculture, accounts for nearly half of all the seafood consumed globally. Tilapia, bass, and catfish, like the ones you see here, are three of the more popular crops raised by fish farmers. The sustainable system we're using here recycles the water in the tanks. As a result, we're able to save millions of gallons each year. Our small fish farm produces nearly 5,000 pounds of fish each year to serve in restaurants around Walt Disney World. Innovations like this one can play an important role in our efforts to produce bountiful harvests and still protect natural resources. While there are more than 50,000 edible plant species in the world, most of us are only familiar with the handful that make up our everyday diet. The common grains growing here, wheat, maize, sorghum, and millet, plus rice, account for nearly 2/3 of our global food consumption. Learning how to increase yields of these staples is an important goal of research around the world. These plants are definitely on their way up. Innovative growing techniques like these increase yields while more efficiently using resources like water, fertilizer, and pesticides. Another innovation at work here is our integrated pest management program. By populating our greenhouses with beneficial insects that prey on harmful pests like aphids and flies, we are significantly reducing our reliance on conventional pesticides. We're growing these crops using our nutrient film system. This technique precisely controls and recycles water and nutrients. With it, we can produce over 27,000 heads of lettuce a year in this one small area. Some of our best ideas have been inspired by nature, like these fruit and vegetable trees. By growing these ground plants vertically, we can increase yields and better control diseases. These crops taste as good as they look. In fact, we serve more than 15 tons of produce from our greenhouses in restaurants here at the Land every year. future of agriculture may include innovative ideas like this vertical growing system. Plants grown in this way use a fraction of the space required by traditional growing methods. That saves water and increases production. The aquaponics system on your left combines hydroponics with aquaculture. The fish provide a natural source of fertilizer for the plants, and the plants help keep the water clean for the fish. It's another great way to produce more while using less. In our lab, Epcot scientists are working with the U.S. Department of Agriculture on a number of innovative projects. The goal of these efforts is to produce higher yielding and better quality plants.
That was so relaxing, and you know, it's daytime and I was prepared for the holiday stuff to not be on or visible inside Living with the Land, and that was true to an extent. Of course, you could see all the ornaments and the special wreaths and the dioramas that they put up, and you know, it was all visible. There was right at the beginning and the end, the lights hadn't been put on yet, and you couldn't see some of the special lighting as you're moving through the greenhouse, but you could see it all there, and you still got the gist of it. And I will have to come back and see it at night, but unfortunately today that's not in my schedule. But I will be back at night to check it out and get the full-blown experience of Living with the Land with their little holiday overlay. It's very subtle. It's not over the top. It's definitely more than just like Christmas sweaters on. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. They put a lot of time into the decorating and addition of Christmas lights and such. So it's not a lazy overlay by any means, but it's an attraction that honestly, it doesn't need an overlay at all. Disney could get away without not having an overlay, but the fact that there is one makes me really, really appreciate it. And I love it thoroughly, and it's just relaxing. Oh, you cannot beat that at all. But yeah, those are the two things that I was here to do today, to just get that little bit of a fix. And now that I have it, well, that means I am done. And the next time I come back to this park, it will be full blown into the holiday season, and I will be able to experience a lot more of that. But for now, it was nice to just get that short little taste of the holidays here at Epcot, and I really, really enjoyed it. And you know what? I'm deciding now, hopefully, I still have the footage somewhere on a hard drive, but I'm gonna actually end this video out by showcasing some of what the holiday experience was like at night, just like a couple highlights on Living with the Land last year, just so you can see it and kind of compare it to the daytime footage. Another big difference there, completely forgot about, I have not ridden Living with the Land a lot since the parks have reopened, so that was my first time riding with the basically vinyl shower curtain dividers in there, and oh my gosh, did those look completely claustrophobic. And luckily I didn't have to worry about that. There was only myself on the back boat and one family on row one on the front boat, so we didn't have to worry about any of that. But my goodness. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video out by showcasing a little bit of what it was like last year at night, so you get that idea compared to this one. And in the meantime, again, if you're planning an upcoming trip to Walt Disney World, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. They can help you plan the perfect vacation. And if you enjoy all the content on our channel, please make sure you are subscribed, hitting that thumbs up button, and leaving comments. So I will see you again real soon from Walt Disney World. But until then, everyone, bye-bye.
Scientists from Epcot and the U.S. Department of Agriculture are exploring innovative ways to produce bountiful harvests now and into the future.
One day, you will be
The tropics are home to the greatest diversity of plants on the planet. Many of these, like papaya, bananas, cacao, coffee, and rice, are well known around the world. These are just a few of the edible plants that have been an important source of nutrition for people living in the tropics. Many are rich in vitamins and minerals, while others are well adapted to growing in less than ideal conditions. Some, like the watermelon, thrive in wet, swampy areas and water lakes. All parts of this plant, even the flower petal, are edible. The starchy root of the plant has long been used to make flour for baking. One day, many of these lesser-known tropical plants may be as important as the bananas growing on both sides of the world. More than 28 billion tons of bananas are eaten annually, making it the most popular fruit in the world. While there are more than 50,000 edible plant species in the world, most of us are only familiar with the handful that make up our everyday diet. The common grains growing here, wheat, maize, sorghum, and millet, plus rice, account for nearly 2/3 of our global food consumption. Learning how to increase yields of these staples is an important goal of research around the world. Here in this one small area. These plants are definitely on their way up. Innovative growing techniques like these increase yields while more efficiently using resources like water, fertilizer, and pesticides. Another innovation at work here is our integrated pest management program. By populating our greenhouses with beneficial insects that prey on harmful pests like aphids and flies, we are significantly reducing our reliance on conventional pesticides. We're growing these crops using our nutrient film system. This technique precisely controls and recycles water and nutrients. With it, we can produce over 27,000 heads of lettuce a year in this one small area. The future of agriculture may include innovative ideas like this type of growing. Some of our best ideas have been inspired by nature, like these fruit and vegetable trees. By growing these ground plants vertically, we can increase yields and better control diseases. These crops taste as good as they look. In fact, we serve more than 15 tons of produce from our greenhouses in restaurants here at the land every year. In our lab, Epcot scientists are working with the U.S. Department of Agriculture on a number of innovative projects. The goal of these efforts is to reduce cotton yield and better quality plants. The future of agriculture may include innovative ideas like this vertical growing system. Plants grown in this way use a fraction of the space required by traditional growing methods. That saves water and increases production. The aquaponics system on your left combines hydroponics with aquaculture. The fish provide a natural source of fertilizer for the plants, and the plants help keep the water clean for the fish. It's another great way to produce more while using less. Together, we can get on that to find aquaponics systems in production and agriculture on a number of innovative projects. The goal of these efforts is to produce highly yielding and living on the lands. On behalf of Walt Disney World, we hope you've enjoyed this unique journey through our living laboratories. If you'd like a closer